Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Chaitanya.
We're gonna do the Mangalacharan prayers first. Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chaksurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shriutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Guruvegaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktai Tadbhaktai Namo Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna everybody. Today I'm holding the class. So we're gonna do some lectures on the Harinam, the glories of Harinam. And also we're going to discuss on Haridas Thakur. I think most of you know about him. Do you? Anybody? Okay. So I'm going to share the slides real quick. Does anybody want to, wait a minute. Wait. Okay. Does anybody want to chant this? Can anybody? You can raise your hands if you want to chant this. Okay, Navya. You can unmute.
Hare Nam Eva Kevalam Kalu Nasti Eva Nasti Eva Gatir Anitha.
Who wants to read the thing? The translation. Ready?
Hare Krishna. In this age of quarrel and hypocrisy, the only means of deliverance is the chanting of the holy names of the Lord. There is no other way. There is no other way. There is no other way. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So Lord Chaitanya says, Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. All glories to the chanting of Shri Krishna Sankirtana. The Maha Mantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare is directed chanted by the Lord Himself, who gives us this mantra for deliverance. So basically, like 500 years ago, Lord Chaitanya came to this earth to give us this holy name, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, for our deliverance, so we can go back home, back to Godhead. So this Maha Mantra is very important for us. So let's not take this Maha Mantra for granted. Does anybody want to read this? Anybody? Karina, you can read this.
Hare Krishna. The most important factor in this age of Kali, which is an ocean of faults, is that one can be free from all the contamination and become eligible to enter the kingdom of God simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra.
Yeah, so basically we're living in this age of Kali, and it's the only good part of this age is that we can only like chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and still be elevated, unlike the other yugas, like the Satya Yuga, the Treta Yuga, and the Dwapara Yuga, where you have to do austerities or do puja, the artis, and then get Krishna. But in this Kali Yuga, we can only chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and be elevated. Who wants to read this? Anybody? Bionto?
For the yogi who is searching for peace of mind, tranquility, and freedom from fear, the only quick and effective way to chant the Maha Mantra.
Yeah, so if we want peace, because like in this age, we all want to be happy, but the only mean to be happy is by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Who wants to read this one? Isha, you can go.
Even if the Maha Mantra is chanted unconsciously, jokingly, simply for entertainment, or
Neglectfully,
the most grievous sins are absolved, and he enters the spiritual realm of Vaikuntha, lying beyond the
jurisdiction
of Yamraj, the god of death.
Yeah, so just by chanting Krishna's name or any of the like Ram, Krishna, Vishnu's name, even like jokingly or anyhow, we will get the benefits of chanting his name. Like for example, Ajamil, you guys must have heard his name, Ajamil, in Shrimad Bhagavatam. He was actually calling his kid's name, his son's name, Ajamil, Narayan, but still he got the benefits of chanting Vishnu's name. He got back home, back to Godhead, Vaikuntha, just by chanting Narayan. Who wants to read this? Vinita?
Hare Krishna. The Vishnu Yamata states that the Maha Mantra should be chanted with sincere faith and devotion and without any envy. Krishna then forgives all of his countless offenses. As for the unfortunate soul who does not believe in the potency of the Maha Mantra, the gates of liberation remain always closed to him. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So when we're chanting the Maha Mantra, we need to have the great faith in the holy name. If we do not, then it's not gonna give, well, it will definitely give us the benefits, but like still it's really very much better if we actually have a lot of faith in the Harinam and then chant them, because that's how Krishna is very much pleased with us. And also there's a story of Haridas Thakur when he was getting beaten up in the 22 marketplaces. He had so much faith in Krishna's name that even when he was getting beaten up from all those Muslim guards, he was not affected by them because he had so much faith in the Harinam. So we're gonna talk about Haridas Thakur. So Haridas Thakur was a great devotee who came into this material world to execute the will of the Lord by preaching the Lord's glories. Haridas Thakur was born in a Muslim family, but still he had a great affection towards the holy name of Krishna. He used to chant the holy name in every town and cities. He also used to preach the holy name amongst every Hindu and Muslim people. But one day when he was preaching everywhere, the Muslim people, they were kind of agitated because seeing Haridas preach so freely about the glories of Lord Krishna, the Muslims became agitated and felt threatened to their Muslim community. Feeling threatened by Haridas Thakur's conversion to Vaishnavism, the Muslim ruler captured him. The Qazi, the local Muslim ruler, insisted that Haridas make a choice, either give up your belief or die. Haridas firmly replied, "If my body is hacked to pieces and even if I'm killed, still I will keep chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra." Hearing this, the Qazi got enraged and therefore ordered the guards to whip Haridas with canes in the public. The guards beat Haridas Thakur with canes in 22 different marketplaces until they became exhausted. They were beating Haridas so much that Haridas Thakur, his body was bleeding. You can see the scars over there in Haridas Thakur's body. And he was bleeding everywhere, but yet he remained unbroken in his devotion and continued to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Despite all the beatings, Haridas Thakur did not quit chanting, but rather he was chanting more loudly and energetically than before. The guards had become so exhausted that even their hands were starting to bleed. Seeing Haridas Thakur's unflinching faith towards the holy name of Krishna, the guards fell onto the feet of Haridas Thakur and requested him to die because they were scared that if Haridas Thakur was not dead, then Qazi would actually kill the guards instead. The most compassionate Haridas Thakur, the great devotee of Lord Krishna, hearing upon the request of the guards, loudly chanted the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and gave up his material body. And when he was dead, the Muslim soldiers, the Qazi's soldiers, they threw Haridas Thakur's body in the Ganges because they thought, oh, so the Ganges, they have a lot of crocodiles there. So the crocodiles will eat the the Haridas Thakur's body and he would not be there anymore. But because of Lord Chaitanya's mercy, back there in the Muslim kingdom, everything was on fire because whoever offends Krishna's devotees, they are dead. Because in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, "O Arjun, declare it boldly that whoever tries to harm my devotees, I do not spare them. I protect my devotees." And Haridas Thakur, back in the river Ganges, because of Krishna's mercy, he was back to life. And there you go, he's over there. Haridas Thakur has said that loud chanting of the holy names is 100 times more powerful than the silent japa. So we should chant loudly the Mahamantra. Also because through the loud chanting of the names, even the birds, animals, and other creatures are benefited and saved from this material world. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we can discuss now what we have learned so far. Does anybody want to give a brief summary of what we have just learned? Anybody? Avani.
Hare Krishna. So from what I learned is that Haridas Thakur was a Muslim. He's from a Muslim family, but he turned into a Vaishnav and he was preaching freely, and then Muslim people did not really like that. So they were so the Qazi, was that the thing? The Qazi told him that you can either die or give up your belief. And he was like, I'm never gonna give up my belief. So the Qazi ordered his soldiers to beat Haridas Thakur in 22 marketplaces. And Haridas Thakur gave up his material body so that the soldiers wouldn't have to die in the end. And then Haridas Thakur's body was put in the Ganga River. But because of the mercy of Lord Krishna and Lord Chaitanya, he did not die. He came back to life. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Does anybody else want to add something to what Avani said? Okay, Isha, you can go.
What I learned is that Haridas Thakur, he was from a Muslim family and he got beaten up and he actually left the body for the Muslim guards. And then I also learned that back there they were on fire because Krishna said whoever tries to harm their devotees they'll get harmed. And if you chant loudly, the other animals and birds and insects will hear it and they'll also be liberated.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you, Isha. Anybody else? Yanto.
What I've learned is when you chant very loud, it benefits anybody who could hear you. So that means if you chant like very, very loud and the whole world could hear you, then they could all go to the spiritual abode.
That's true. Anybody else? Vaidehi.
Haridas Thakur is also known as Namacharya. So whenever we're chanting and we're struggling to, because I personally have trouble paying attention and keeping my mind focused, we can always pray to him. He and all the other acharyas to help us in our chanting so we can become sincere and hopefully get back to Godhead.
Thank you. Author?
Never let go of your belief even if someone tries to prove it wrong.
Nice. Anybody else? Navya, can I say something?
I learned that if you're a devotee of Krishna, then even if you're in really bad circumstances, good things will always happen to you. And if you offend the devotee, then you're basically gonna be in big trouble.
Anybody else? Lakshay, do you want to say something? Vinita, do you want to say something?
Well, I learned that after he got beat up by the guards, he got thrown in the Ganges River, and then he got he came back after that. I didn't know that, so I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that was. Okay, so now I'm just gonna share a slide. And we're gonna kind of discuss how can we how can we improve our japa? Is that okay? Okay. Do you guys have any thoughts? Like, how can we improve our japa? Okay, Vaidehi?
Before starting your chanting, should do at least the Prabhupada Pranati.
You focus better and it'll improve your japa over time.
Yes, chanting attentively. That's the way to. If we focus on each mantra, then yes, hope and pray to the acharyas, then our chanting will hopefully become more sincere. Navya?
If we can, we should try to sit in the temple or in front of Tulsi or a picture of Krishna.
Yes. Beanto?
Keep your mind focused on the mala. Don't like bring it on anything else.
Yes, that's very important because, yes, like attentive chanting will become sincere chanting. Okay, so since he brought that point up, what are ways that we can improve our focus on chanting? You guys think of that and give some, like, you can just raise your hand and then speak. Yes, Avni.
One way that you can improve or we can improve our focus while chanting is by keeping our like surroundings and ourselves like properly. Like sit in a place where like you won't be distracted and then sit attentively like with your body straight and your mind will it improves the focus of your mind.
Okay. Anybody else? Beanto?
Think this is your duty, not like you like have to, but it's not like you have to kind of skip it. The beads, it's like a duty, so you have to think you have to get it through because it's good for you.
Yes, that's if you think of it as something you have to do and not something you want to do, then that itself that becomes like it takes root in your mind and it blocks, and then it's going to affect your chanting, and you're just going to be like, okay, let me just quickly do my however many rounds I do every day and get it done with, and then I can go and play soccer or just go and read, something like that. So we should definitely try to think of it as something we want to do. And we want to call out to Krishna, not like, okay, my dad told me I have to do 3 rounds every day, so I'm just going to get it done with. Not like that. Okay, Atharv?
If you're chanting on a call, turn your volume down.
Yeah, so you can focus on, yes, that's a good tip also. Navya, do you have anything? Anybody else? Like, is there anything that you guys do while you do your chanting that you think could benefit other people too? Karina?
Whenever I chant, I chant with my grandparents, and what we do is like we put on the TV, and we would also like put on stuff like Srila Prabhupada chanting too, or like lectures or kirtan or stuff like that. Anything that has to do with Krishna consciousness. So that's what we do. That's like what I do. So yeah.
Yeah. Having like I know some people have like the kirtan box that you can just plug in that has Prabhupada on it, his chanting. Or yeah, you can look it up on YouTube and chant along with Prabhupada because he keeps a good meter. It's like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And so there's no like, you can't rush it and just Hare Krishna, like that. And you say each name like properly and you say it out loud, everything. Yes. Anyone else? Okay, yes. So I think we'll just Sampada is still having issues with her computer. She said she's going to try to join from another device, but right now just I will write these down and send these all the tips that you guys talked about and I'll send it to her and she can add it to her PowerPoint. But yeah, she's back.
Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. I had some technical issues. Okay. 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 Sorry. This is weird. Okay, so now I'll do something. Wait, so what were there?
So yeah, chanting prayers to the acharyas. Then Lakshay said chanting in Brahmamur time, like in the morning time rather than later in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Then Isha said to chant loudly,
Oh yeah.
chanting loudly, and Avni added chanting attentively.
Mm-hmm.
Then Atharv said to should get rid of anything that will distract you while you're doing your chanting.
Mm-hmm.
Navya said sit in front of Tulsi or in front of the deities or in a temple if you're able to. Or even in front of like a picture of Krishna. Beyanto said to try to stay focused on the mala and not what's going around you.
Right.
And then those were all of their tips on how to improve it. And then tips for like focus. Beonto said, don't think of chanting as something you have to do, have to like get it done because your parent told you to do it or somebody told you you have to do it, but rather as something that you want to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Chanting with love. And should if you're chanting, you can pull up like Prabhupada's chanting on YouTube, or if you have like that kirtan box that they have, you can plug in, chant with Prabhupada because he keeps a good meter, so you won't just rush over the names and try to get it done quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the morning and we keep japa calls, so you can chant with that with other people, because
Yeah.
chanting with other people will also give you more benefits.
Right. The by the way, the japa call for kids, it can well, you can join earlier too, but like if you don't have time, then you can at least like join at 6:30 and it ends at 7. Yeah. It ends with a kirtan, by the way. So it's fun.
Yes. That was kind of all the tips that everybody gave.
Okay. So I was thinking that maybe like if some people have not memorized well, like if they don't know the verse Harinama, Harinama, Harinama eva kevalam, Kalo vinasteva nasteva katir anyata, you can maybe like memorize today. We can like at least practice chanting that. Because it's a very nice sloka. And it's from Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's very nice. You can just remember that sloka while chanting, I believe. Okay. I'll just get that verse real quick.
Avni also, I forgot hers. She also had one more tip, was to sit, like, try to keep your back straight, because that will tell your mind that you want to pay attention to this, versus if you're like slouching, then your mind thinks you don't care very much and will just try to mess with you while chanting.
Mm-hmm. Anything else? Anybody? Okay, so we're gonna try to what? I'll just type it out. Oh. Okay, so we can recite this verse a couple of times. Who wants to begin? Let's go. Yes.
Everybody, I think, because there's only 11 of us, so everybody can recite it once.
Okay.
I can
Yeah.
start.
Okay, you can do.
Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam eva kevalam, Kalo nasti eva gatir anyatha.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam, Kalo vinasti eva nasti eva gatir anyata. Okay, I'm just gonna call out on people. Beyonce, can you read the verse?
Something happened. Hore Nama, Hore Nama, Hore Nama via Kelaran, Kalavya Nasti Eva Gatir Anyati.
Anyata. Vinita?
Hare Naam eva kevalam. Golovya nastyeva gatir anyatha.
Navya? She here?
Atharv, can you recite it?
Harinam eva kevalam. Golovya nasi eva gatir anyatha.
Navya, are you available to read?
Okay, Isha?
Hare Nama Hare Nama Hare Nam Eva Kevalam Karur Eva Nasti Eva Gatir
Anyatha?
Anyatha. Anyatha.
Nice. Karina?
Hare Rama eva kevalam. Golovya nasteva gatir anyatha.
Avni?
Hare Naam eva kevalam. Golovya nastyeva gatir anyatha.
Vyom?
Yeah.
Hare Nam eva kevalam. Kala yuva nastyeva gatir anyatha.
Ishan? Did you do it already?
Wait. No, I don't think so. Hare Nam eva kevalam. Glory nasti eva gatir anyatha.
Was that it?
And I think Lakshay?
Okay.
Hare Nama eva kevalam. Kalavya nasti eva gatir anyata.
Good. Okay, so we're gonna recite this translation. Ready? Do you want to recite do you want to read the translation?
Sure. In this age of quarrel and hypocrisy, the only means of deliverance is chanting the holy name of the Lord. There is no other way. There is no other way. There is no other way.
Okay, so from this verse, we can understand that since like this Kali Yuga, there is like people might try to meditate or other sadhanas. There's a lot of sadhanas that people can do, but like the only way to actually achieve Krishna is by chanting the holy name. And this is the main reason Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to this world. He came to give this Harinam, to give us this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So what I think is that we should never take this Mahamantra for granted, because like we have been given this very highest benediction kind of, because like we have been given the association of the sadhus, like this Zoom call, it's kind of like a sadhu sangha too. And also like our parents, they're Hare Krishnas. Everybody we meet, they're Hare Krishnas. So like sometimes we might be like, oh, Hare Krishna is nothing. It's like, okay, like everybody is a Hare Krishna, but that's not true, because like in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says out of millions and trillions of people, like out of all the living entities, some people are actually chosen by Krishna so that they can go back home, back to Godhead. So let's not take any of this Hare Krishna movement for granted. Let's take it very seriously, because I know like most of us, we might tend to take it very lightly. like, oh yeah, we're gonna chant this like some other day, and we just procrastinate the chanting of the Maha Mantra. Also, like ways to improve our job is by not procrastinating. That's the like main reason that people kind of fall down from this Hare Krishna movement too, because they procrastinate. They're like, oh, well, I have 16 rounds. Cause like me personally, I like last time I was like there was like 20 rounds pending. So yeah, we should not pen our rounds either. Like let's not procrastinate, but actually like chant like right now. For example, you can actually procrastinate in maybe watching a movie or like going outside with your friends, hanging out. You can be like, oh, I can do it tomorrow. But like for chanting, do it now, because like you don't know what life you're gonna get after this body. And also you don't know when you're gonna die. So let's keep that in our mind. The other verse I really like is the Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Sastra Kohe, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhihaya. Okay, we can also like recite this verse because it's actually very important too. We need to remember that only by the association of devotees we can actually advance in our spiritual path. Without sadhus, we can never achieve our spiritual goals. For example, with you all guys, because like in this Zoom call also, when we are all together, we can actually be more attentive in class and hear more nicely with Prabhujis and others. So this verse is also very, very important, and we should remember this in our life, that only by the association of pure devotees we can attain all success. So, okay, who wants to recite this verse? Vaidehi?
Yeah, I'll start again. Sadhu Sangha, Sarve Shastre Kohe, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hoye.
Lakshay?
Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Kahaye. Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Haye.
Avani?
Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastrikaya, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhihaya.
Ishan?
Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastrikaya, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhihaya.
Vyom?
Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Sashtrikaya, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhihaya.
Bionto?
Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Shastrikaya, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Haya.
Vinita?
Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastikaya, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhihaya.
A third?
Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Sastrikaya, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhihaya.
Isha?
Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastrikaya, Lava Mantra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhihaya.
Karina? You are not audible. Okay, we can just go in. All right. So also there's this pastime from Haridas Thakur, because like we're also discussing about him today. So from this Sadhu Sangha, there was this story. So basically what happens was, since Haridas Thakur is a Muslim, but still he was chanting Krishna's name, which comes in Hinduism. So looking at that, all the Muslim people in this one village, they were kind of like pissed, because like they don't want anybody else preaching Krishna's name or like names from Hindu, because they're Muslims, and then they don't want that. And especially because their own brother, like the Muslim brother, they were chanting somebody else's name apart, like out of their own religion. They were kind of mad. So what happened was, one day, this one Qazi of this one Muslim village, they called for a prostitute so that they can go to they can go to Haridas Thakur and kind of agitate Haridas Thakur. So what happened was this prostitute, she goes to Haridas Thakur and then she's kind of like, and then she asks Haridas Thakur to be with her. And then Haridas Thakur is like, oh wait, I have like, cause like he used to chant 108 rounds per day or like more than that. So he was like, oh wait, I have like this much rounds left for chanting. So after I chant this, I'll definitely be with you. And then so basically what Haridas Thakur used to do was he used to make the prostitute sit with him and then listen to the Mahamantra. And while doing that, the prostitute, she was like kind of annoyed too, because like she had to listen to the Harinam, and that also for like hours and hours, because Haridas Thakur was not done in just an hour. So that happened for like a couple of days. And one day when that prostitute, she was listening to the Mahamantra, her heart was kind of getting purified. And one day, when she was going to Haridas Thakur, she was like, wait, Haridas Thakur, she was kind of getting the realizations about the Harinam, like what he was chanting. Because obviously when we get to hear the Harinam, we actually get purified too, just like in the other verse in Haridas Thakur says that we should chant loudly. Why? Because everybody else around us also gets purified. So just like that, when Haridas Thakur was chanting very loudly, the prostitute, her heart was changing, it was getting purified. And that's why she goes to Haridas Thakur and she's kind of like apologizing for whatever she did. She wanted to take Haridas Thakur away from Krishna by making Haridas Thakur associate with her. So like that, she kind of realizes her mistake, and she also becomes a great devotee like that because of the association of Haridas Thakur. And it's not that she was actually doing every service to Haridas Thakur. She was just listening to the Harinam. And just by that, she got the benefits and also blessings from Haridas Thakur. So that also says that we need to do the sadhu sangha. It says over here, lava matra sadhu sangha. Just by a bit of the association of devotees, we can achieve all success. Does anybody want to add on to this? Like, what do you guys understand from this verse? Anybody want to share something?
Yeah, that's why Prabhuji has the japa call, so we can chant in everybody's association, since they're all devotees. And when we chant in the association of devotees, our chanting becomes more sincere.
Yeah. Anything else? Oh, I'm so sorry, Navya. There's no Kahoot. Yeah. Sorry, guys. If you would like, we can actually chant, because like we just said so many about the Harinam that maybe like we have some realizations now and we can actually improve our japa this time. Maybe we can all like chant loudly this time and with more sincerity and more faith in Krishna. Also, there's like one way to improve our japa is actually by thinking ourselves to be like more lower than a grass, like Trinadapi Sunichena, Tararapi Sahishnana. Be more tolerant than a tree and think yourself more or less than a grass, a blade of a grass. Like that, you can also pray to Krishna. Oh, Krishna, I'm so fallen. Please uplift me. Please have mercy on me. When you're chanting, like in each beat, just think about this. Krishna, please help me. I'm so fallen. Just help me. So do you want to chant for like 10 minutes? It's 11:48 right now. And we can leave at 12 if you would like. Okay, maybe get your japa bag. We can chant and end the class. Okay? Cool. You can also unmute yourself so we can have that sadhu sangha and chant loudly. That would be good. And also, like Vaidehi said, do the pranam mantras first. So there is this pranam mantra to Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, and the Panchatattva. So you can also search it up in Google or something, but right now I'll just chant it. So just like maybe hear the verses real attentively. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Rama
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, 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 Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram, Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Ram, Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare, Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare, Hare, Hare Ram,
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 Hare
Hare,
Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Shri
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Hare,
Shri
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare,
Shri
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Shri
Ram, Ram,
Ram
Ram, Hare,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Shri
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Shri
Krishna, Hare,
Ram
Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare,
Shri Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Shri
Ram, 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 Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare
Shri
Ram, 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 Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Shri
Ram,
Ram
Ram, Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare,
Krishna Shri Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare, Hare Ram, Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Ram, Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Ram Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Krishna, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Okay, so we're all done. Okay, so we can go now. We can leave 11:58. Thank you guys for joining. And I'm sorry for all those everything that happened today. I'm sorry. But yeah, thank you. Have a great day. Bye. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Bye.
Hare Krishna.